Dali, pessoal, sejam muito bem-vindos ao canal. Eu sou o Gui e nós vamos continuar a nossa aventura em Final Fantasy. Eu sei que eu já tô falando isso há um bom tempo, mas esse jogo aqui tá maior do que eu esperava. Graças a Deus, porque ele tá realmente muito bom mesmo. Eu não esperava que eu fosse pegar um Final Fantasy tão bom assim. E no último episódio, gente, nós, depois de destruir o cristal lá do domínio, começou a dar ruim, né? O última tá fazendo estardalhaço aqui. Então, chegou um momento aqui que tá dando ruim agora, lá com o nosso tio Yamid, Gav. Diz que tem um exército por lá e vamos ter que ir por lá. E acabou de liberar aqui, ó, no mapa. Vamos ver o que ele liberou aqui no mapa. Deu ruim aqui. Começando a liberar novos lugares. Ó, os ecos de Cross Jit. Tá tudo bloqueado. E liberou algumas missões secundárias aqui. Só que a gente não consegue ir lá. Aqui tá bloqueado. Então vamos fazer o seguinte. Enquanto eu vou indo aqui pegar as missões secundárias, já vai deixando o like aí embaixo. Te inscreve no canal. E vão comentando aí embaixo, pessoal. Porque a gente precisa aumentar o engajamento aqui no canal. E vão comentando o que vocês estão achando. O que vocês querem ver logo em seguida. Pra que cada vez vocês gostem mais do conteúdo aqui. Porque aí eu vou descobrindo o que vocês querem ver. Produzindo conteúdo mais encaixado com o que vocês desejam, pessoal. Então vamos pegar as missões secundárias aqui. Vamos lá. O que tem aqui?
Oh, that blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Por que eu te botei nessa situação?
I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favorites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Beleza. O
Seems
que mais tem aqui? Tem um ali. E um aqui. A gente já pega tudo daqui. É o Goats? Goats.
What am I gonna... Is everything all right, Goots?
Goats.
You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Bastante reputação essas missões aqui, hein? Vamos ver o que tem aqui no nosso quarto. Ó, tem coisa nova aqui. O que veio de novo? Encharpe dos Guardiões. Um pedido modesto. Mestre Clive, peço perdão por esse gesto repentino e inapropriado. As circunstâncias me forçaram a buscar ajuda imediata e não tenho outra pessoa a quem recorrer. O senhor, seu estimado tio, me deixou encarregado de uma tarefa muito desagradável e sinto que não serei capaz de atender a essas expectativas, principalmente por me faltar aptidão marcial. Sou apenas um servo, não um mercenário. Embora eu tenha aptidão física para cuidar dos afazeres de uma mansão, sou completamente incapaz de me livrar de bandidos em vielas. Se não for incômodo, meu senhor, suplico que venha me visitar no repouso da Marta e explicarei tudo com mais detalhes. Beleza.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Beleza, vamos pegando as coisas aqui. E agora vamos lá no outro. Bastante missão.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Ela vai nos sacar.
Complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dallimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
Calma, papai.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Vamos lá no Woods, que só fez eu ficar mal com a Sharon.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
Sabia.
I suppose it is.
Seems the hideaways.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Vamos falar com ela aqui. Ver qual
Lawsman
dos
Harpocrates.
ingredientes.
I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
So the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Beleza, já sabemos os lugares que é pra ir.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Vamos lá. Talvez essa seja a única que dê pra fazer completamente.
Seems the hideaway is lost its...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should...
Ah, balanço. Eles quebraram.
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
Eles não sabem, né?
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Você acabou de ajudar a montar?
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
E esse aqui?
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Agora foi. Onde tá a corrente?
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Middledor's heirs.
Her hairs.
Yeah, heirs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Middledore and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
A gente fez pra eles pensarem.
Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
O que tem aqui? Livro de matemática. Um velho fazendeiro chamado Otto cria chocobos e antílopes. Após 5 desses animais adoecerem, ele os leva para repousar em um celeiro. Porém, na manhã seguinte, Otto acorda e descobre que um come-pernas conseguiu entrar no celeiro e devorou 3 patas de um dos antílopes. Para verificar se os outros estavam bem, ele fez uma avaliação e ficou feliz ao contar um total de 13 patas. Quantos chocobos tinham no celeiro? Ah, gente... Não me vem fazer conta de cabeça agora.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own.
It seems the hideaway has lost its...
Vamos ali. Ela vai ficar feliz, eu acho, deles estarem. Vai ficar triste ter mentido, mas...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the 3 of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Gostei, gente. Tô realmente gostando dessas missões secundárias. Elas dão uma profundidade maior, assim, na história. Apesar de serem simples, tem uma preocupação. Deixa eu só ali, que eu acho que... Não, ainda não dá. Então vamos pra missão. Já que tá tudo bloqueado. Ó, esse é um lugar novo. Dalméquia Central. Já acho que tá mal, hein, gente. Mas legal. Legal a gente ter se reunido, todo mundo junto de novo. Cara, a trilha sonora é muito foda. Capa e adaga. O que temos aqui? República de Dalméquia. Ó, Primogênese. Feitiço conjurado por última que lançou uma mortalha turva sobre toda a Valistéia. O desequilíbrio no éter resultante não só minou a potência dos cristais e da magia nas terras que permaneceram habitáveis, como também encheu todo o resto de céus brilhantes e fluxos de éter, transformando homens e animais em acásticos, sem mente e sem piedade.
Like a dream, the four of us out walking like we used to. Enjoy.
O que temos aqui?
This, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yoko is a fine scout. If Campbell was attacked, she would already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Deixa eu primeiro pegar tudo por aqui, né? Matamos tudo. Não, ainda não. Pra cá? Tá. Deixa eu ver o que tem pra cá. Acho que não dá pra ir. Dá pra ir pra cá? Não. O que é aquilo ali? Ali é o obelisco, né? Provavelmente é o obelisco. Quero ir pro outro lado ali. Não, calma aí. Acho que dá pra subir. Aqui, ó. Se eu for por aqui, eu consigo subir aqui? Não consigo. Então deixa eu ir aqui. Só pra ver o que que tem. Opa. Vai. Não foge. Vai lá. Matamos. 200 de experiência, foi bom. Então vamos seguir avançando. Como que vai ali? Será que dá pra ir por aqui? Não tem nada. Então vamos embora. O que tem pra cá? Vamos realmente embora. O que temos aqui? Que eu acho que a gente já andou no passado. Não. Deixa eu ver, tem um bicho aqui, hein? Essa areia aqui. Deixa eu ir pra cá antes.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The echoes have a will of their own.
Essas de choque dão bastante dano. Quer dizer, bastante atordoamento. Ah, consigo cancelar. Boa. Faixa majestosa. Então vamos lá. Não sabia que eu conseguia cancelar a transcendência. Aí a gente começa a conversar. Aqui tá as ruínas. Ali vai ter lutinha. Foi, matamos tudo. Aqui. Mais coisa pra cá. Morre, gente. Coisa aqui pro lado que eu quero ir. Matamos tudo. Cadê os outros? tô vendo nada aqui. Acho que bugou, hein?
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Ah, é, finalmente a gente vai conhecer a companheira do Joshua. Vamos ver se a gente consegue aumentar uma habilidade aqui. Pior que ainda não. Agora a gente consegue aumentar essa. Vamos ter uma missão secundária pra cá.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Camber next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even sat out me stall. But as I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint skill, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash?
Cara, tu fala, hein?
Orcs even carry Gil.
Vai ter casco ali.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this.
Carai.
Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
Vai morrer, né?
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier.
Morreu, será?
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Ali. Pra cá.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Meu pai.
Right. I got here in time.
Acho que matamos tudo. Vamos lá.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
O cara tava escondido? Deixa eu ver o que tem pra cá. Calma aí, papai. Tá ali.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
Cara, não tô querendo por dinheiro, mano. Aqui a gente tá querendo melhorar esse mundo. E experiência. Experiência a gente quer. Ah, boa, tu só me deu experiência.
You seem familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Ah, eles não gostam da gente, né?
Wait. That scar.
Ele vai tentar...
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Cosnes when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward!
Todo mundo vai
For all your
morrer.
steel, Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you.
Será que a gente vai se arrepender dessa decisão aqui?
You will regret not killing me when you had a chance, Sid. I will avenge my master.
Tô achando que a gente vai se arrepender disso. Tem nada aqui? Não. Tem uma caixinha aqui. Beleza. Partiu então. Aqui eu acho que a gente já tá saindo da região acástica. Tem muito mais coisa pra cá não. Tem os antílopes. Vamos ver se tem algum baúzinho pra cá. Tem nada.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Será que não vai deixar a gente entrar?
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Beleza. Estão recebendo a gente agora.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Tá. Mas agora a gente tem o obelisco em Tabor. Eu acho que antes de qualquer coisa, gente, vamos comprar...
Are you buying or selling? Of course. A fine choice.
Vamos ver tudo que tem aqui.
I feel like I fleshed 100 skins today.
Vamos explorar aqui.
Stand back, friend. You don't want to get this stuff.
Ele tá fechado.
Yes, the finish is exquisite.
Quero subir aqui. Pra ver o que que tem.
Here's the scraps you were after. Thanks.
You can go inside if you want, but stay quiet.
O que tá rolando aqui?
These aren't ready for sale, if that's what you're thinking. And I'll thank you to keep your hands to yourself.
O que tem pra cá?
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the skies turned.
Túmulo.
How are those new boots treating you?
O que é isso aqui?
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like
Nada aqui.
So it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the blocks to Dalaman.
Beleza. Então acho que agora a gente pode ir fazer as missões secundárias que a gente tinha pra fazer. Vamos nessa daqui.
Nothing like a little unrest to fill the coffers, eh?
Deixa eu no diário aqui. Vamos fazer essa daqui. Essas duas. Tem uma que é no rincão, né? Beleza. Tem ali. E tem ali no véu. Beleza.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Vou entregar pra ela.
Those things I said before.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't
Ah,
it?
tu gostou, né?
Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Beleza, vamos ali agora.
To the meadows, then.
That's what the captain said.
Eu não tenho mais cristal lá.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
Company.
Tá aqui, ó.
This must be our way then. All right. Let's get this over with.
Vai lá, vamos botar bastante dano nesse bicho. Queremos experiência, gente. Experiência.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Por aqui, né?
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Tá.
Better head back.
Antes da gente ir de volta, vamos agora no repouso da Marta. Tem 2 missões aqui.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Estou ajudando aqui.
Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Beleza.
Goat will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Tá, mas não tinha uma aqui? Não, tá lá.
My lord Marquis, is that you?
Por que tu me chama de Marquês?
Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Beleza, mas antes vamos pro esconderijo aqui, que a gente já libera mais 2 espaços de missão. Vamos aqui primeiro, tá na nossa frente.
It seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are.
Vou ter que provar?
I've got some cooking to do.
Da outra vez a gente não
Let's hope
provou.
those grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
Tá bem estranho esse prato,
And here
hein?
we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm.
Bem estranho.
Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Não vai gostar. Ele sempre vomita. Ó.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavor and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid,
Não
might I
parece ser que
suggest
tinha
that you
sido bom,
command
hein?
a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Beleza. Estamos com bastante reputação, hein?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Vamos ali.
I pity those in the villages.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Vamos lá, Karen, então. Cara, acabou que eu fiz tudo.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Beleza.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Quem ele tá falando? Sinceramente, não sei.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Não, o cara tá...
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a
Bastante
trade
tempo eles
ship,
eram amigos, hein?
which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable.
Que desgraça,
wanted
gente.
the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Ó. Cara, realmente boas missões secundárias, cara. Aí foi quando eles acharam o esconderijo?
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
Que isso?
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off.
Coitado, cara.
You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Cara mais perdido que Cusco em tiroteio.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine.
Só dá uma limpadinha, né?
Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Se for beber, dá uma limpadinha, tá, papai? Por favor. Cálice do Cid. Vamos ver se tem coisa que a gente pode pegar aqui.
Ah, I was wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Ó. Mais campos de habilidade.
All yours.
Meu pai.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Muito renome. Deixa eu só... Ah, só tem essas 3 mesmo agora. Deixa eu ver o que tem de novo aqui. Tem vários da Almec. Amoringa, Sambrec. Rompedor de mundos. Classe S, classe S. Vamos lá para Dalimil.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Onde eles estão? Tem um aqui e outro ali. Um na reta.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard are
Isso aqui.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Delamil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Alguém tá se passando por
Unless
ela.
she's discovered the secret of how to be in 2 places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Agora dá pra ir pra lá. Qual é a próxima missão ali? Investiga o depósito e procura companheiro.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
Imaginei, papai. Imaginei.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Vamos lá, vamos morrer todo mundo. Foi.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Beleza.
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Depois. Agora eu quero ver o que tem ali. Vamos ver o que tem aqui então. A foice. Isso é novo. que tem pra cá primeiro? Vamos aqui primeiro. Pra não se perder. Vai. Foi. Aqui é só seguir pra lá. Vai ter uma coisinha aqui pra esquerda pra gente entrar. Temos aqui. Nada. Esse lugar aqui grandão, né? Beleza, aqui não tem nada, só vamos seguir. Tô achando que vai ter um bicho gigante aqui, hein? Olha lá. Grimalkin.
Playtime for the pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. Farewell.
Onde que vai vir? Agora ele vai vir.
And then there was one.
Vai. Foi. Mais uma ameaça notória fora. Isso aqui foi fácil. Couro de Grimalkin. O que tem pra cá? Tem um baúzinho pra cá? Meteorito. Boa. Tá, agora a gente vai pra cá. Esse foi o gatil? Esse era o gatil. Então agora... Talvez por isso que eu não consigo encontrar as coisas lá. Deve ter coisas que estão bloqueadas no mapa e eu não reparei. Pra aquele Bomba Rex. Depois eu vou dar uma olhada com mais atenção. Vou pegar aquilo ali em cima. Pra baixo aqui agora.
This might take a while.
Vou matar tudo aqui. O que tem mais pra cá? Cara, é gigante as coisas, mano. Olha o tamanho disso. Meu pai. Deixa eu ver o que tem aqui primeiro. outro ameaça notável? Outra ameaça notável.
Another God's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing to fear. So empty your pockets.
Vai. Vai. Fica mais chato isso aqui. Calma aí. Vai. 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 Só morre. Mais uma. 2200, subimos de nível. Escarlatita.
A deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Beleza, então vamos lá pra baixo. Aí depois casebre vazio. Ah, tá ali tá Tabor. Oh, nem dava pra vir aqui então. Aqui vai pra onde? Vamos aqui pra baixo só pra ver o que tem. Tem uns bichos gigantes.
It's over.
pegar os itens aqui. Quanto de... Ih, bastante XP. Isso daqui. Poção, boa. Não vou pegar a pantera. Deixa eu pegar essas coisinhas aqui. Aí a gente vai no casebre vazio. E o de diesel ali. Só pra ver o que tem por aqui. Onde é o casebre vazio? A gente podia pegar o chocobo, né? É mais rápido. Aqui não vai dar pra ir. Vou ver pra lá. O que tem aqui? Está vazio? Provavelmente esteja vazio. Ah, não. Vem, bichinho. Vem pra cá. Aqui não é demais.
Be safe.
Mais uma ameaça notável? Eita. Vamos lá então.
They don't look happy.
Vai ser fácil assim? Foi. Tô derrotando todas as ameaças notórias desse lugar, cara. Isso é uma boa. Foi uma boa vir pra cá.
Good girl.
Tá, então vamos... A gente pode... Eu quero aquele gibis ali. Ali foi pra onde a gente tá, beleza. Será que vai ter alguma coisa aqui?
Enough of you out there.
Só morre, gente. Foi. Tem baúzinho aqui. Beleza. Aqui foi. Provavelmente depois tem mais coisas pra cá. A gente tem que ir ali. Vamos completar aquela missão ali. Pra ver o que que tem.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands now.
Quantas ameaças notáveis será que tem no jogo?
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
É aqui? Provavelmente ela vai ter bandidos protegendo ela,
Just
né?
you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Ai, pai, por favor. Me respeita, respeita a minha história aqui.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Vamos lá. Não morra. Deu, cara. Então vai falar mentira da nossa amiga lá na casa.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head.
Borgwin.
He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwin wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone.
Pô, eu teria
before I
matado.
change my mind.
fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Onde tá o Guts? Guts só se mete em encrenca, mano.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right.
O que ela fez?
She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
A Sharon chegou aqui. Karen.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs.
Molha-Cueca.
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Ela mesma cagou-lhe a pau.
Goots,
I know.
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
Molhou a cueca de novo.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
O que ela vai fazer? O que ela fez, gente?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little
com o olho
revenge.
dela.
So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Beleza, gente.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Tá. Tem lá no rincão agora. Missões, sim. Vamos pro rincão lá. E aí a gente já vê também, aproveitando que a gente tá aqui em Sunbreak, se tem algum lugar com um mapa que a gente não foi. Ó, ali. Aqui. Aqui. Ali, aqui também. Só que ali eu acho que é pouco. Aqui não tem. Aqui tem? Não. Chegamos aqui.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
Ó, tá aqui o cara.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him.
I'm
Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
Your Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Vamos ali ver o que essa
They just couldn't resist, could they?
São aqueles.
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Direto. Vai. Só toma. Vai, vamos lá. Beleza.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late.
Beleza, aqui.
I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Deixa eu só...
Good girl.
Um bicho grande ali, né? Isso aqui é uma ameaça notável? Esse daqui? Não. Eu vou ali pra trás. Não vou lutar contigo, papai. Eu só quero ir pra cá. Ver o que tem aqui. Aqui? Aqui. Aqui a gente não veio. A moringa. Tá ali. Bem escondidinho, hein? Bonito isso aqui, hein? Tem umas regiões bem bonitas no jogo. Vamos na moringa primeiro. Matar essa bomba Rex. Esse aqui, né? Rank B.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Vai. Morre, 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 morre. Foi. A grande ameaça. Matamos. Brasa de bomba. Foi.
Your reign is over.
E aqui conseguimos coletar as cinzas da bomba.
This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
E agora a gente consegue avançar finalmente nessa missão
I
aqui.
should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Gente, descobrimos aqui 2 novas regiões do mapa que a gente tinha perdido, não sei como, tanto em Sanbreque quanto em Dalmec. Matamos bastante ameaças notáveis e estamos avançando cada vez mais na história. Mas já temos mais de 2 horas de episódio aqui, então eu vou dar uma pausa e ficar ansioso aqui também, junto com vocês, pelo próximo episódio. Espero que vocês estejam gostando, pessoal. Já deixa o like aí embaixo. Comenta o que vocês estão achando desse sistema de sidequests aqui. Se vocês acham, assim como eu, que está acrescentando bastante para a história. Tem alguns momentos bem legais que adiciona na narrativa. E também legal esse gameplay aqui das ameaças notáveis. Estou gostando bastante.